I don't like human beings very much. I don't particularly feel like this is a very worthwhile species. I mean, on one hand, I'm very impressed with our technological feats. I'm impressed that we have gleaned so much knowledge about the universe and the world around us. I think that the achievements of mankind are monumental. But I don't personally care for people very much. I find them to be timid, petty, cruel, violent, malicious, and this includes myself. I'm even perhaps more violent than the rest, because I find that when I'm at odds with another person, I find that violence is my natural desire. And it's not at all strange, I guess, considering my family history. My grandfather was pretty clearly a sociopath. He was described to me as the kind of person who he wouldn't tell you, shut up or I'm going to hit you. He would hit you and then tell you to shut up. He was a violent man. He was constantly in fights with other people. He abused his children. He abused his wife. Just a very violent man. My father, though not physically violent towards me, was definitely a very angry person. You know, he would get very upset over even very minor things. My brother, Scotty, is a hothead. I'm definitely also a hothead. I get very angry to the point where I don't even care about my own well-being. I will get in a state of rage where I don't you know, I would fight a fucking rhino if I was pissed off enough. If you piss me off enough, I will attack you. Simple fact. I will not care about the repercussions. It will not care who's around. We could be I mean, like, I could be in the middle of the ghetto and some fucking gang of fucking thugs could be all around me with guns and knives, and I could know intellectually that I'm gonna die if I start some shit, but if someone pisses me off enough, I'm still going to start some shit with them. That is my nature. I know that there's probably some of you out there who are the same way. I can't be the only one wired like this. I know for a fact that I'm not. Now, because I understand this about myself, and because I try not to... I try to prevent that from happening. If I get too angry in a situation, my first reaction is I have to leave before I get so angry that I do something stupid. I will remove myself from situations like that. And then there's things like today. My stepfather, who is still recovering from an angiogram that he just had a blockage in his heart that removed. It was his second heart surgery in less than a year, because the first heart surgery didn't take care of everything. His dog, my mom's dog, my younger brother Stevie's dog ran off, was gone for no more than 15 minutes, and was apparently shot and killed by one of their neighbors. This is a chocolate lab from good breeding stock. that was as friendly as could be. And someone shot it. And I am so glad that I am not in Louisiana, where my family is. Because if I were, I would be murdering someone right now. Like, I just know that I would be at that person's house, and they would either be killing me or I would be killing them. The strange thing is, I used to have such good control over my temper. It really didn't start to manifest until I got older. I remember as a kid, I always used to be a cool customer that never let anything get to me. But as an adult, I don't feel the same way. I guess that as I have worked on... Because as a teenager, I identified antisocial tendencies within myself. Now, antisocial does not mean unsociable, although I am that as well. Antisocial means that I have difficulty with empathy, difficulty with not having violent impulses. I have a lot of impulse control problems. So I started to work on myself. I started to develop my empathy, develop compassion, develop a system of principles that would somewhat contravene my own nature. But in doing so, I found that it became more difficult to control my temper. In other words, the more I connected with my positive emotions, the stronger my negative emotions became. And so now I have to walk this tightrope between control and a certain aloofness and detachment, and the other side of the coin, which is just a total lack of impulse control and no dominion over my emotions whatsoever. And I suppose that to some extent all human beings must walk this line, but I think that for me it's probably a bit more pronounced than it is for most people. I try to be a good person. I don't know what that is, though. I don't know what that... I don't know how to be true to my own principles and my own feelings about the human species, about my fellow man, about nature and the world, and yet still be a good person in society's eyes or my own eyes or anything like that. Because I have contempt for this species. I see that we have devastated our planet. We treat each other like garbage. There's people that are genetically no different than me, who are dying, who are starving, and no one... We have the resources to help them. We just don't. And it's understood. It's accepted. It's just part of the world. Oh, nature's not fair. Of course nature's not fair. Nature is a cold bitch. Nature has no feelings. Nature has no desire to see us fail or succeed. Nature doesn't care one way or the other. We're just another little gear in the big cosmic machine. We'd like to think we're a very important gear. But if you look at it objectively, no, we're not. We're very insignificant. We haven't been around for most of the history of this planet. We haven't been technologically advanced for most of our own history. And even if we had been, even if we were, this planet is a a speck within a speck within a speck in the grand scheme of things. So I find it difficult to assign great importance to my species. And yet at the same time, I'm fascinated by human beings. I do connect with other people. I do feel these powerful emotions, particularly for the people that are close to me. I mean, that's the very definition of closeness, so of course I experience profound love and sadness. But I don't know what it all amounts to. Part of me says that it's nothing, and part of me says that it's everything. But I really don't know.